Rather than starting with Jackie right away, the opening sets a tense and uneasy mood that suggests something is wrong. A distressed informant is heard on a phone call, her voice shaky and filled with fear as she says she believes she is about to be killed. Jackie, a narcotics officer, is on the other end of the line. She listens closely, asks careful questions, and assures the informant that she will keep her safe. After the call disconnects, the sense of danger remains. Soon after, Jackie gets out of her car, unaware that someone nearby is watching her movements. She is quickly attacked by professional hitmen whose clear intention is to kill her. Jackie is seriously wounded but still manages to defend herself. As she grows weaker, she types and sends a final message on her phone, then throws the device into the water to remove any evidence. The attackers catch up to her and finish the job, leaving her dead at the location. The story then moves to the following day and shows the impact of Jackie's death. Matt, who leads Jackie's unit, is involved in a loud and emotional confrontation with his superior. He is visibly angry and deeply shaken, unable to process what has happened. His boss tells him that an FBI task force has stepped in and taken over the case. Everyone connected to the unit is being questioned as part of the investigation. The FBI suspects that Jackie's killing may not have come only from outside threats, and that someone within her own team may have played a role. FBI agent Scott Atkins starts questioning the officers individually. Denny, Mike, and the others speak about Jackie with respect, describing her as committed to her job and saying her death has hit them hard. Scott then focuses on Ben, who says he does not understand why Jackie would have been marked for murder. Scott is already aware that Ben and Jackie were involved romantically and pushes him aggressively during the interview. Ben finally admits that he had been staying with her most nights leading up to her death. The questioning becomes intense and turns physical, forcing nearby officers to intervene and pull the two men apart before it goes any further. Later on, Matt's superior raises concerns about the ongoing tension between Scott and Ben. Matt explains that the two are brothers and have shared a competitive and hostile relationship for years, which explains the constant conflict between them. Soon after, Ben steps away to the bathroom, struggling to contain his anger and grief. Matt follows him, and their exchange reveals that Ben holds deep bitterness toward his brother. Despite this, both men are focused on finding whoever is responsible for Jackie's murder, while the FBI continues to believe the betrayal came from within their own unit. Matt also admits that even their boss does not seem to know everything that is really going on. Ben eventually returns to the group, covering his emotions with humor and light conversation. At the same time, Matt is seen reading Jackie's final message, which alerts him to a house believed to contain a large amount of cash. Not long after, DEA agent Kyle shows up with his team. His unit is known for targeting high-level criminal groups and has worked closely with Ben's team in the past. Together, they have successfully brought down several mafia operations. Matt shares Jackie's information with Kyle, and both teams begin organizing a plan to raid the house. Before the team arrives at the location, Matt intentionally gives each officer a different idea of what they might find. He tells Mike the amount could be around $500,000, suggests to Ben that it may be closer to $3 million, and tells Tabitha it is likely much less than that. When they reach the house, they are met by a woman named Sasha. Her appearance immediately raises concern because the neighborhood is known for its cartel ties. Matt informs her that they have a warrant and leads everyone inside. A police dog is brought in and quickly signals that something is hidden upstairs. Matt questions Sasha about the money, but she says she knows nothing about it. Matt and Ben go upstairs and find several large drums concealed from view. They return to Sasha and press her for answers. She explains that she lived in the house with her grandmother and only came back recently to arrange medical care. Her grandmother passed away 3 months earlier, and Sasha insists she has no idea where the money came from. Matt remains doubtful and tells her that most homes in the area are owned by mafia groups, which is why they believe the tip was credible. From Sasha's point of view, Matt and Ben begin to appear dishonest. She notices strange tattoos on Matt's hands and asks what they mean. Matt explains that one represents a question and the other represents an answer. When one of the drums is finally opened, the reaction is immediate. Inside each drum is roughly $1.4 million, and there are 14 drums in total, bringing the amount to nearly $20 million. Matt acknowledges that it is the biggest cash seizure he has ever been part of. As required by procedure, Matt orders that the money be counted at the house and instructs everyone to hand over their phones. Some of the officers object, but they eventually comply. The drums are carried downstairs, and Denny and Tabitha are tasked with counting the cash while Mike stays outside on watch. Ben points out that it is late and unsafe to remain there with such a large amount of money, urging them to leave right away. Matt refuses, insisting they follow protocol, and makes it clear that their superior should not be notified yet. Moments later, Mike radios in that police cars have pulled up outside. Ben and Mike go out to meet them and are questioned by officers who say they were never told about a raid. It quickly becomes clear that something is wrong when they recognize the cops as low-ranking officers, including one who is currently suspended. Realizing how dangerous the situation could become if the cash is discovered, they rush back inside. Everyone grabs their weapons and puts on protective gear, while Sasha is restrained, angry, and unable to do anything. Outside, Mike secretly uses a second phone to contact his chief, telling him they have uncovered an enormous amount of money and that control of the situation is slipping away. Back inside, Matt continues questioning Sasha with increasing pressure. She finally gives in and explains that two men had come to the house earlier and left the money there. They told her that if anyone showed up, she should allow them to take whatever cash they wanted because the money had no value to them. Sasha continues speaking until she notices a photo on Matt's phone and asks about the child in the picture. Matt tells her it is his son. After that exchange, Matt and Ben quietly run a background check on Sasha and find nothing significant connected to her. At that moment, a phone starts ringing and Ben answers it. The person on the line tells him to take whatever money he wants and leave immediately, warning that his life is not worth risking over $500,000. Ben pulls Matt aside right away, clearly angry. He reminds him that Matt had originally suggested the amount was much higher, yet the caller only mentioned $500,000. That inconsistency makes Ben realize that Matt has been holding back information. Matt refuses to give any explanation, which convinces Ben that something far more serious and dangerous is happening. Inside the house, Denny and Tabitha continue counting the money. As the piles grow larger, the temptation becomes harder to ignore. They begin to see how taking even a small portion could completely change their lives. Outside, Ben calls Kyle and asks him to come provide backup. Kyle is hesitant at first, but Ben explains that the entire raid was based on a tip Matt received and that they uncovered an unbelievable amount of cash. He also points out that Matt still has not informed the chief. Kyle admits that he wants justice for Jackie. After losing his son and watching his life fall apart, he agrees to come to the house. Inside the house, Sasha notices Matt speaking quietly with Denny and Tabitha and starts to understand that the three of them are working together. She realizes they are planning to take the money for themselves. Outside, Mike tells Ben that the street feels unusually silent. Suddenly, lights begin flashing from a nearby house. The flashes form coded insults aimed at them. Furious, Ben moves toward the house while Mike heads back inside to look for Matt. Sasha overhears Matt on the phone with the chief, telling him that the raid only uncovered $500,000. After Matt leaves the room, Mike comes in and Sasha warns him that Matt, Denny, and Tabitha are planning to steal all of the cash. Moments later, another phone rings. Denny answers and hears a direct threat. The caller tells them they have only minutes to leave, or they will all be killed. Mike contacts the chief again and urges him to arrive immediately. When Mike returns inside, Denny and Tabitha insist that everything is under control. Matt comes back shortly after and is told that armed men are on their way. Almost right away, gunfire breaks out outside the house. Shots are exchanged and Tabitha is struck. The attackers pull back, and Matt and Mike pursue them, but the gunmen manage to get away. Ben returns while holding one of the attackers. The man admits he has connections to the mafia but insists he never fired a gun. Through him, they manage to contact a cartel leader. The boss makes it clear that the money does not belong to them and that his people had nothing to do with Jackie's killing. He explains that police pressure has been extreme since her death and says he believes the person responsible came from inside their own unit. Disturbed by this, Matt gathers everyone and tells them that no one is coming back for the money. Denny suggests they keep most of it and only report the amount Matt already told the chief. Ben loses his temper and accuses Matt of planning everything from the start. Matt responds by accusing Ben of turning against the team. The argument quickly becomes physical until Mike steps in and separates them. Matt orders everyone to pack up the money so they can leave. Mike then realizes his phone may be gone. Ben calls Kyle again and urgently tells him to get there as fast as possible. Kyle agrees but explains that their tires were slashed, so he is coming in a truck instead. Mike asks Sasha for her phone but finds out Matt has taken it. Mike notices candles placed around the house and sets a fire. As the flames begin to spread, Mike helps load the money and tells the women what amount they are supposed to report. The house continues to burn as Kyle arrives at the scene. The remaining cash is loaded into the truck. Denny and Tabitha escort Sasha away, while Matt stays behind. As they prepare to leave, Ben tries calling the chief once more, but Matt realizes that the phone number Ben was given earlier was fake. Attention immediately shifts to Mike. Matt then reveals that he deliberately told each officer a different amount of money. Mike was the only one told $500,000, which is the same figure mentioned during the threatening phone call. Mike argues that he could not have made the call, but Ben exposes the second phone Mike had been hiding. At that point, the truth becomes clear. Mike had been communicating with the attackers. As they press him further, suspicion moves toward Kyle. They force Mike to call his chief, and Kyle's reaction to the call exposes him. Moments later, Kyle's own phone rings, confirming their suspicions. Kyle and Mike had been working together. Gunfire erupts once again. Ben is shot and wounded, and Kyle manages to take control of the situation. He offers to split the money and leave without further trouble. Matt confronts him directly and asks about Jackie. Mike finally breaks and admits that Kyle was the one who killed her for the money. Scott's voice suddenly comes through Ben's phone, announcing that his team has blocked off the road. Kyle makes one last desperate attempt to negotiate. Ben stays calm and tells him that the call is still connected. Kyle panics, grabs a bag of money, and takes off running. At the same time, Mike escapes into the woods carrying another bag. During the pursuit, Ben crashes Kyle's vehicle. In the forest nearby, Matt confronts Mike and the two fight, with Matt eventually overpowering him. Back at the wrecked vehicle, Kyle pleads for his life. Ben opens the bag Kyle was carrying and shows him that it is empty. He then kills Kyle, bringing everything to an end. Matt places Mike under arrest. Later on, the money is officially turned in, matching the amount that was originally reported. Sasha receives a portion of it, and it is revealed that she was Jackie's informant all along. Ben and Scott go their separate ways on good terms. Matt explains the meaning behind his tattoos, saying they represent a promise he made to his son to always be an honest cop. As the sun comes up, Matt and Ben sit together quietly, finally finding a sense of peace.